Welcome, guys. This is Rick, and this is your seat at the table. It is Labor Day weekend. This is Monday. I actually went out and worked about 8 hours today. Just got home a little bit ago, and I plan on doing my videos. Usually do them on Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings, but the weekend was pretty busy and things to do. And I actually didn't expect my work day today to be as long as it was. The job I went to do, not that you care, it took a couple extra hours longer than I intended to because it really needed some extra elbow grease, so to speak, done to it. Anyway, this is the official magazine of Star Wars, the Technical Journal. Man, it says Volume 1. It says of the planet Tatooine, but there's a lot of other material in here. This came out in 1993, produced by Starlog. If you're familiar with the Starlog magazine or newsine or however you want to look at it, they put out some great stuff. I have a number of Starlogs, or I had a lot of them, but they disappeared in the storage and moved, and over several moves and some storage issues. I don't know what happened to them, but which kind of saddens me. This one here did survive. It was in with my Star Wars collection. I bought it particularly because it caught my eye, and there was some stuff in it that would be translatable to the West End Games version of Star Wars, which is what I was playing the majority of my life, and I still my go-to. Uh, I wouldn't mind having the hard. A friend of mine had the D20 rules for Star Wars, and I've used it for a number of years to run some campaigns and stuff. But I never quite got around to buying it myself, and eventually I had to give it back to my friend, and he moved away, and I still haven't got a replacement for it. So my D6 system is still viable. Anyway, the fact is that there's a lot of stuff out there that's not game related per se, that offers you opportunities for ideas and play material for your campaigns and stuff. And whenever you can grab them and add them to your shelves, it's a great addition. Like here, we got a map of Tatooine. Some information. A lot of this stuff cropped up later in some of the supplements and game material, and some of the stuff came from the game material. It's just the way it was. Technical Journal, Moisture Evaporator, and here we got the Millennium Falcon, and of course there are a number of game supplements and other official and non-official source books out there that have similar things to it. What I liked about it was this was almost to the same scale as the Star Wars miniatures that I have, and so I made a Xerox copy of this and utilized this for our playmat for internal stuff when we needed to have some kind of encounter or something inside the freighter that our group was quite commonly fond of using, because it is what it is. Some blueprints of various lightsabers, information on lightsabers, and there's the T-16 Skyhopper and various land speeders. Then we got, the core of Mos Eisley and the Mos Eisley Spaceport, Tatooine in general. Here's an advert as if you were going on a potential tour or vacation, and things that you could be in, fun and so on. Once again, here is the ground floor plans for a hangar. This one was not really suitable for using as a blow up, because a ratio is probably 10 to 1. It needs to be 10 times bigger to be a good miniatures map, but it still get some great ideas and things like this. The same with the cantina. I did remember taking a couple of Xeroxes of some of these to use as information for the players. Like if they were planning something that had something to do with, quote, a cantina, here you go. Here's your ready-made blueprints to give you something, some kind of supplement handout for the players to make use of maps. And once again, they always say this is the bleached bones and skeleton of a Krayt dragon. I have issues with this because the sheer size of this thing, and every Krayt dragon that's has come forward after the fact doesn't come anywhere close to the size of this thing. They have an example in here. We'll get to it. There you go. If you look at this thing compared to the person standing next to it, compared to that skeleton when it had C-3PO walking in front of it, that thing is just 20 times bigger than this thing ever got. So there's, in my mind, that whatever that thing was, some giant sandworm or something, it was not a Krayt dragon. I don't care what anybody says. That's just my opinion, but Another thing is it doesn't have the long neck, and there's no leg bones, no shoulder bones, no nothing to suggest this layout. And this is the preferred type of form for a Krayt Dragon, and all the beta canon and official stuff or legend material that came out that I'm aware of. You know, you think I'm wrong, you got another idea, by all means, put something down. This is Ben Kenobi's house, made for a great blueprint handout once again to players, Sandcrawler, and Jabba's sail barge, cutaway, some various droids, you know, different types in here, and blueprints, which repeatedly come up in different source books, but it just gives you some flavor. And yeah, the sail barge once again, more information on it, and technical readout on protocol droid C-3PO, which is ironic because in later quote canon slash now legend slash whatever, it's implied that Anakin Skywalker actually built C-3PO from scratch. So whether there must be C-3PO droids out there that are actually produced and manufactured by whatever company manufactured them, the actual C-3PO was some sort of Frankenstein put together by this kid using parts. So, hello? I'm just saying, right? Just saying how things can change the stories, etc. And it also might explain a little bit of some of C-3PO's quirks, Jabba's palace, the layout for the palace itself. This actually was just large enough I was able to copy, and I know I used this on one or two occasions for a miniature map for laying out, and even for non-miniatures. You know, Xerox copy, you put it down, you mark it up, you ink it up, write all over it, throw it away, make another copy from, you know. And I always tried to make a master copy, a really good copy, and then made secondary copies from the masters. So they were, you know, two generations, second generation copies. So they were a little less, you know, deep there. You know, they just kind of lose something in translation, but it was just cheaper. And I didn't want to mess up my books doing multiple, constantly, you know, trying to do Xeroxes. But you get the idea. And anyway, so this was, it's pretty good shape for considering how old it is. I don't think I bought any other versions, like I said, is what it is, but it's a great thing. If you come across stuff like this that works for your campaign, regardless of your system, it's perfectly acceptable to use non-canon or non-corporate material for your personal table, for your personal use. Anyway, this is Rick, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Until next time,